Hi, I'm Whitney. At Brilliant People, our focus is on workplace culture, and we do that through training that empowers you to be authentic and effective with your teammates. So, I know that we are all wired differently, but I would venture to guess that we could all agree on this idea that those things in our lives that have mattered the most to us are probably the things we had to fight the hardest for. That might be our relationship, our families, it might be an individual endeavor, or it could be our careers. For example, I know for me, I have been an entrepreneur most of my life. I've been in the workforce for 30 plus years, and 20 of those years I've been an entrepreneur. If you know one, or you know a small business owner, you know that it takes a lot of blood, sweat, and tears. There is a lot of grit involved. I've been told many times that I am tenacious. And, there's a lot of hours, a lot of weekends where you are just going, going, going because it all falls on you. So today's quote really resonated with me. It's by Leah LaBelle, who said, "Work hard for what you want because it won't come to you without a fight." I like this quote because I really feel like it encourages you just to get out there and make it happen. Figure out what you want and go after it. And I think that, for me as a small business, it's hugely important. I got to get out there and make a name for myself. I've got to get out there and inspire people with the work that we're doing and hope that they see what we see, that they see the value in what we're bringing to the table. Um, I think that even as an employee, you have to get out there, put yourself out there, make things happen, because if you don't, things pass you by, right? Life passes you by. Those promotions will pass you by. And for me, it's like the opportunities that could change the trajectory of your life, much less, your career. It's those things that I think about. So we have to define what we want and go after it. But that's where it gets daunting, right? Like that's the scary part of this, is that in order to do that, you got to actually say it out loud. You got to actually commit to that thing and put it out into the world. And then once you do that, there's this real fear that, what if I fail? What if I fail? And those people who knew that I was putting myself out there for that goal, they're going to know that I failed. And that is really hard to want to sign up for, honestly. But I look at that and I think, I want to live a life full of inspiration, not fear. I want to strive to be better every day than I was yesterday. And I think that that's not an easy thing to do, because we have lots of negative forces that are constantly at play, that are constantly trying to get our attention, whether it is, binge watching Netflix, which I'm sure we've all done at times. But, we have to be careful of that. We have to be careful that in our families, as an example, that we are actually connecting. There are plenty of times, I'm sure, where we could all be sitting in the living room with each one of us with earbuds in, right? So one person's watching a movie, one person's scrolling social media, the other person's listening to music. We're all sitting in the same space, but we're not actually connecting. Like that's what we have to be careful of, those negative forces. And so I feel like I kind of like to look at this as a game of chasing the carrot. So I don't know if you've ever heard of that, chasing the rabbit as well. I think of it like when I have been out riding. I'm a mountain biker, and I absolutely love it. And I've been out on the trail with friends before where we're playing chase the carrot. And it's basically just this silly, it's just this fun thing to do where you're riding on really windy trails and not super technical, but it's basically you are chasing that other person down. So there's somebody ahead and they are faster, stronger possibly than you, and you are just chasing them, trying to catch up. For me, it's not actually about winning. It's not the win that I'm interested in. It is actually the chase, because I know that if they're my carrot, they're stronger, they're faster, they're whatever it is, that I'm going to get better because I'm trying to catch them. I'm going to get better in those different areas in life if I'm looking at somebody who's my carrot at work, right? And I want to be better at what I'm doing because they're better. I want not to win, again, not to win over them, but I'm inspired by them. So at Brilliant People, our carrot is really revolutionizing the way that organizations think about connection and community in the workplace. And I would just like to put it out there for you to think about that. What is it for you? What's that carrot that's inspiring you on the daily to go do what needs to be done? I think that over the last few weeks, whether you've named a goal or not, maybe you're thinking about it, you're working up to it, our goals may be shifting practically daily with all of the news that's going on. We don't know what's waiting for us on the other side of this quarantine and what that's going to look like. But I think that's okay. I think that we can set some goals. We can put some things out there in the world to just inspire us to start moving towards them. And we reserve the right to change our mind a week from now. I think whatever it is, I would just encourage you to get out there and make it happen and share it with us. Put it in the comments. I love when we can have these conversations where we're helping inspire each other. I think at the end of the day, you do it for yourself, but you also do it for those people who are paying attention. And even if you're not aware of it, there are a lot of people paying attention. They might need you to be the one that's just a little bit ahead of them, that is just being that carrot for them. I would say go out there and get those carrots. Inspire us, inspire others around you. And honestly, whether big or small, we need each other to just keep each other in the game. So go out there and make it happen. Have a great rest of your day.